Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Dallas Cowboys. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff for what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Indianapolis Colts taking on the NFC champions, the Dallas Cowboys.
Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Well, Charles, the Colts, what a run through the playoffs. There were a lot of great teams in the AFC, but they outlasted them all as they shoot for their second win as residents of Indianapolis and their third overall.
Yeah, let's recount the history there. They won with Peyton Manning Super Bowl 41 back in 2007. And remember, the Baltimore Colts won Super Bowl V over the Dallas Cowboys.
Meanwhile, the Cowboys have had some ups and downs since their last Super Bowl appearance, but they're back for the 9th time, trying to win number 6 and tie the Patriots and Steelers. For the Cowboys, their last Super Bowl title quite a while ago, January of '96.
And those were great teams. Jimmy Johnson was their head coach, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, all Hall of Famers. They were known as the Triplets. But then you go further back to those great teams in the 70s, led by Hall of Fame coach Tom Landry, Roger Staubach at quarterback, Tony Dorsett at running back. Those were great teams as well. This one, trying to create their own identity.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And he spoke very eloquently and passionately on Media Day about what a victory here would mean for him. He knows this just isn't any other game. This is the kind of game that stays with you for a lifetime. If there's anyone on this field tonight who's most ready for this moment, I think it's this man right here.
Manning now on first down. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Dances by him. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
From the 29, Manning. He finds his man complete. That's Harrison. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They fake the handoff. Now Manning. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
Throwing on second and long. Manning. James has got it. Complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Throwing is Manning on third down. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Manning. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
Throwing on first down is Manning. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Again, they'll throw with Manning. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A chance for the first points of this Super Bowl. It's 1st and goal. Manning gonna throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Now Manning again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
A big one here early in this Super Bowl. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Manning to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Manning indeed going for it on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. So another incompletion on 4th down. They threw it on every down that series, and every pass missed the mark.
The frustration is almost palpable. You can almost feel it all the way up here in the booth. But how about the guys who just stopped them on 4 downs? You got to give them a little credit, huh? End up stopping 4 straight passes. They don't get into the end zone. They turn the ball over on downs. They more than did their job.
On 1st and 10, it's Aikman. He finds Smith out of the backfield. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
Now Aikman. Flushed out right. And it's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And this returnable for Hines. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing is Manning. Looking sideline, incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the
the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Working with a 2nd and 3.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. Manning now to throw.
That's complete to his running back, Taylor.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On 2nd and goal, Manning, touchdown Colts! A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Colts are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
Extra point forthcoming. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Pearson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. To throw is Aikman. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
What's the deal, y'all?
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Aikman setting to throw it. They set up the screen to Dorsett. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They're going on 4th down. Aikman. He's going to air one out.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. On play action, now Manning.
He'll drop this down to Taylor. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Wide open. That's Clark. They lost him. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Colts will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl.
Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Now Aikman looking to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Aikman will throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll run the draw with Dorsett. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action now. Aikman. He finds his man, complete. That's Pearson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Aikman. And this one complete to Smith. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. One quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. 14-0 is our score. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message. Well, welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down at the Colts 32. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
They'll try and run for it with Smith. They find some open field here. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Give them 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things...
Touchdown! From 4 yards out. And the Cowboys are on the board here in this Super Bowl. Well, he is such a matchup nightmare down near the goal line, CD, and another example right there on that play for the touchdown.
It's borderline impossible to defend this guy because that kind of size, he can still get out and run a crisp route, and he has excellent hands. Even if you stick with him, all the quarterback has to do is lob it up, and he can win almost any jump ball.
Now for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the gadget play gets them into the end zone. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Manning now on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Manning. Over the middle, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now is Manning. And this is going to be incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. He finds his man complete. It's Harrison. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The end result, 21 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On first down, Manning.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Manning. And he comes back with one complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
Taylor diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive.
That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Going deep here for Bryant. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. 75 yards.
And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Throwing is Manning on third down. And that's incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Momentum, might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe Momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now it's Aikman.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Going right side, he has Winton. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On play action, Aikman. And this is caught by Winton, the tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now Aikman. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
They go play action with Aikman. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Lamb. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So now on 4th down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll bring him back within 4. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Throwing on 1st down is Manning. That ball caught by Harrison. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Manning. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Manning. And that will be incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Play action. It's Aikman. He's going to air one out. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
2nd and 10, Aikman again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Aikman on 3rd down. They set up the screen to Dorsett. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
So now on 4th down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll bring him back within a point.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away.
And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Manning now to throw. James has got it, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. From midfield, here's Manning. And it's complete over the middle to Clark. And he is going to have a Colts first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Manning now on 1st down. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Manning going to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now Manning. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Harrison. And he is going to have a Colts first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, they'll throw with Manning. Over the middle, that's complete to Clark. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Throwing now is Manning. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Into the red zone now, Manning. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 2nd down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, Wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Looking to throw again on second down. Manning. Over the middle. That's caught by Taylor. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. Manning to throw once more. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Colts will extend their lead here just before halftime. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios and this EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And it's been the passing game that's gotten them to where they are, 2 quarters away from a possible Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they trail here in this Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
They go play action now. Aikman. Complete to Bryant. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle. Come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Aikman looking to throw. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Aikman. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's a give to Smith. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they hand it off to Dorsett. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 35. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Now Aikman staring at 3rd and 2. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
They'll throw on first down with Aikman. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Up the middle they go with Dorsett. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. To throw is Aikman. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And that is no good. And that will keep the lead at 8. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not, it's not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Manning. He's got it complete to Clark. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Manning going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. The Colts send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
And some space here. And out across midfield down to the 45. 66 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the give, this is Dorsett. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Aikman will throw. Incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Aikman setting to throw it. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He completes it. They've got a 1st down. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They're able to keep the drive alive 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Play action. It's Aikman. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
2nd and 6. Looking to throw again here, Aikman. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 18. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's the option, running right. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys have cut the lead back down to 2. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often. They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A 3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to, I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
to kick it away after the touchdown. And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts set to take over here offensively. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Shotgun now for Manning. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. Not easy being a rookie left tackle in this league, and there they got it for the penalty.
Not easy at all. Think about what you're dealing with every game you play. Ostensibly, the best pass rusher is over you on every snap. I'd be a little jumpy myself.
Manning. Past the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. And on that last catch, Charles, he tops the 150-yard mark. It's one thing when your wideout gets that. When your tight end gets it, it's quite another.
We keep seeing the evolution of that position, don't we? Where we've seen where it's gone from strictly as a blocker to a guy who caught a few passes to now an integral part of the passing game, sometimes the primary receiver, because a lot of these guys have wide receiver skills, and we're seeing that on display here. Just think about the guys of the past looking back at this game and saying, sure wish that was me. I'd love to have gone out for those types of passes.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Third quarter action in Super Bowl 57. Here's a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Manning. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Manning. And he'll just get rid of it.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Frank Reich here on 4th down is ready to try for 3. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick here is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I know that we've seen their share of struggles, and the quarterback's been hit a few times in this game, but this one can't be put on the offensive line. They gave him plenty of time to throw the football. I think ultimately he has to be a lot more decisive in his decision-making and get rid of it and find an open target.
Running left, it's Smith. Oh, he shifts past him. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play, because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Now it's Aikman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Inside handoff, Smith. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Just 1 more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale.
We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give to Smith out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Aikman. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. On 3rd down, Aikman. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will cut the lead down to just 2.
So that gets him a little closer as he converts there, but you have to think back to the field goal he missed earlier.
Right now, that's the difference between leading and trailing. So at this moment, he's reciting that kicker's prayer that we know so well. Just give me one more shot before this one's said and done.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away.
And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game, 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock.
Manning now on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Manning. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
74 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Back to Taylor on 1st down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he's got some space here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Now they'll throw it with Manning. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. And his kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
They begin with a run by Smith. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down and 8. Here's the option.
And it's a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim fourth quarter lead, but whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
So the fumble recovery, and now Manning. Oh, no, he lost the football. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
Manning going to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Colts. A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Colts are starting to pull away in the fourth quarter of this Super Bowl. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a fourth quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
Now Aikman on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
On play action, Aikman. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. They push him back 8 yards and time on second down.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
They're going on fourth down. Aikman. A throw over the middle, caught by Bryant. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they manage to convert And that'll keep the drive alive.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Aikman looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Pearson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Let's go, fellas. Come on, boy. Let's do it. Let's do this, man.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Aikman.
And they were looking to set up the screen, but that's going to be incomplete. Almost wound up going the other way. Well covered defensively, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
They'll run with Smith. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
The one thing I have learned about this league, more and more, you've got to take some chances. You know, if you play everything conservatively and play everything exactly like, okay, I know what to do in each situation, I don't think you're going to get very far. I love the call there, going for it, even on his own side of the 50.
Yeah, and even though you're on your own side of the field, they were creeping towards midfield, so not as crazy as if they were back at their own 20.
Yeah, showed a little faith in the defense too, right?
Yep. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They dump it off, complete to Dorsett.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Second and 7.
To throw is Aikman.
That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now back to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And they try to set up the screen, but that almost disaster as it falls incomplete. Very nearly a turnover, but it's 4th down.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
They'll try and throw for it with Aikman. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
They run once more with Taylor.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And he will find his man on the outside. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the handoff, Taylor.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl.
And the Colts are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. 5 plays there on that drive. And a 9-yard run on the end of it. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And out now come the Cowboys.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Aikman going to throw again.
Again to Bryant, and again it's caught.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Let's go. Get it now.
Looking to pass. Aikman on first down. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw again here, Aikman. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Pearson. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in Indianapolis. The Colts are the Super Bowl champs. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.